Yeah. Welcome to the runway. Do it for the fashion, for the flashing. Not your way, not your day. Come on, walk the runway. Hey, do it for the fashion, for the flashing. Now it's your way, not your day.
Good morning, HARASDOLLS, Grand Rising. Okay, sorry if I sound tired. It's a little late. But your girl had the craziest experience last night. And it made me think about a topic that I've been wanting to cover for a while. Just never gave it that much, focus. But let's talk about it. Let's get into it because I got some stuff I need to get off my chest, okay? No updates. The only updates we do have, well, we do. Raffle. The raffle is closing on Christmas, you guys. Christmas is the last day to enter the B-Day Comb Bra raffle. Secondly, your girl is starting her new raffle on the 1st of January of 2026. That's when the second raffle will be up. Second news. What's the second news? Oh, yeah. Your girl's birthday is coming up. I have an Amazon gift wish list in my bio if you guys want to give me a gift, trick on me, spoil me. Okay, treat me like your baby girl. Okay, all right, that's it. Let's get into it. So, boom. In my recent video, like one of my recent uploads, I spoke about proximity, right? And I spoke about how dangerous proximity was. So if you guys didn't get into that video about proximity, I gave you guys a few little story times about how proximity did not play in my favor. Being proximated, if that's a word, next to someone that you did not choose to be proximated next to can really be a dangerous situation, especially if you do not know or understand how to set your own boundaries. In one of those little stories I gave you in the proximity video, I talked about this guy. This guy that I was dating. Like, oh. You see how I emphasize years? It's because that's how long it's been. Okay? That's how long it's been. So, let's just, do I want to give the whole story time? Okay, let's just give the story time and let's lead into what's going on and what happened recently, like last night. All right, boom. Let's call him, I'm trying not to be mean. Oh, gosh, it's so hard. Every bone in my body wants to be a bitch. Okay. I'm not going to call him that. Let's call him The Rock. Should I call him that? Yeah, I'm going to call him The Rock because he reminds me of Krishan Rock because he has a missing tooth now in front of his, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but yeah. Let's call him The Rock. All right, boom. I'm trying not to be mean, y'all. Give me a second because I can't. Yes, let's talk about The Rock in regards to men and their lack of ability to accept a rejection. Men and their lack of ability to accept no. Men and their lack of ability to accept boundaries. Men and their lack of ability to understand that women cannot, will not ever be your property, okay? I have an issue with getting into it with men. My mom has always told me that I need to stop fighting men because I am not a man and they will hurt me. With that being understood, for some reason, men always try me in the worst ways. And the men who I am not dating, I have no emotional, physical, none of that type of connection with you, a man who is not my partner or my spouse, are the men who really have me effed up, and are the men I'm really gonna fight, and are the men I'm really gonna take down, are the men I'm really gonna call the law against, are the men I'm really gonna do damage to. Because how dare you? How dare you? So boom. Y'all, when I tell y'all I got story times about me fighting men, and I'm not talking about DV, I'm talking about just men in general who got me effed up all the time. And I'm so over it. I'm tired of fighting men. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. And like now that I'm in a relationship again, and my man's gonna be fighting y'all, and y'all not gonna like that. So really play with me. Because it's gonna be me and my man jumping you. That's really what's gonna happen. And don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not out here a fighter. I'm not a fighter. Like, I'm not out here fighting. I can fight, though. I will fight. I do fight. But with reason. First, I'm going to always walk away from a situation before it ever gets to that level. But you see me as a Capricorn whose birthday is around the corner. I'm a very reactive person. And the problem with being reactive is that people underestimate you. I'll let somebody do all the BS they want to do, carry on like a baboon until you touch me or you get into my personal space. And I feel like being that way is difficult because you let people carry on. And what happens when you let a dog carry on? When you let a dog continue to bark, bark, bark and show his ass and carry on, he start piping it up a notch because he hasn't gotten consequences just for the piping up. He starts taking it up a notch. Now, because he feel like you didn't react to the first shit, so now he got to do a little something extra. That's the only bad part about being reactive is that people underestimate you and they pick up the ante to get a reaction because you're not easily fazed, right? Boom. So, The Rock is a guy. I gave you guys a brief story time, but I'm going to give you guys a little more intense version. When I was a college freshman in FIT, right? It's in the cities in New York. There was a delivery guy. He worked for FedEx. I'll never forget. Very tall, fair skin. I could tell he was a hood guy, but maybe he was, getting his life together. A lot of hood niggas like working for FedEx. That's like a hood nigga job. But I be feeling like, okay, that's a step up from a hood nigga getting out the streets. So I respect it. I was young, though. I was really young. I'm a freshman in college. I entered college when I was, like, what? I turned 17 in my freshman year of college. So that's how young I was. So now that we are literally entering 2026, you guys can do the math and see that this was over a decade ago. Okay, keep that in mind. So over a decade ago, I meet The Rock, right? He seen me sitting down on my college campus. I used to always sit down by the freight entrance because that was literally the only space on campus outdoors that people were not smoking bogeys. They were smoking cigarettes left and right on campus. And I hated when my hair smelled like cigarettes. Because at that time, I wasn't even a ganja smoker. So I didn't want smoke around me at all. So I used to sit by the fray, which is where the deliveries go in and out. So he comes over to talk to me one day, like, oh, he always sees me sitting here, and he thinks I'm pretty, he would love to take me out, etc. I don't remember the logistics of it. I do remember he was a gentleman. I do remember he approached me, and I do remember he asked me out. Boom. I took the offer. And in the day, that was my time where I was transitioning, where I was turning into a pretty girl. Like, I wasn't her yet, but I was getting there. Like, I wasn't getting there. I was like kind of like stepping into my, okay, well, Sarah, start learning how to dress like this, do your hair like this, do your makeup like this, your hygiene like this. I started becoming more like, I'm in college now. So I started to get my shit together. So remember, I already told you guys that I wasn't always a butterfly. So men attention was something I didn't get often. So by the time I was in college and I started to get a little male attention, I would accept all male attention. Not all, but like I was easier, more prone. I hadn't discentered men at the time yet. So, I didn't think twice about accepting a date from a guy. I was young and dumb. And then he was handsome. He was handsome. There was nothing really wrong with him. So there was no reason for me to decline, right? So took him up on his offer. I don't remember all the specifics about the situation or even about how we stopped talking. I do know that him and I went on, I would say maybe 2 to 3 dates. I did visit his home. I remember he lived in the projects, uptown. And I remember meeting his grandma. I remember he lived with his grandma. He was telling me he was an orphan and like he ended up meeting his grandma as a teenager and like now he lives with her, whatever. It was a whole story, but I knew he loved his grandma. He was living with his grandma. And what else? I remember. I just remember those little, specifics. I do know that I was younger than him. You know what I'm saying? I was younger than him. So I know I was a little more impressionable. So I know that he probably was the one in control of the situation, whatever we had going on. Right. I was very shy and timid back then too. And men read up on that. Men know that. Men know women who are shy, insecure, timid, and they know how to take control of that. And that's the worst part about it. You can't go from being shy, insecure, and timid around a man to strong and bold because it's going to hit him like a brick. He's a brick house. I'm telling you, she's going to slap him in the face. He ain't going to know what to do because men thrive on that dominance. They thrive on that. Some men literally only go after insecure, shy women because it's just easier for them to get everything they want or control and manipulate the situation to their advantage, and to each his own. A lot of weak men like to do that. They don't like strong women, and it is what it is. But, I'm not that anymore. So get with the program or get fucking lost. Nevertheless, I do not remember why we stopped talking. I do remember we went on a few dates. I remember going over his house. I remember I really liked him. I remember he used to give me a lot of attention, like call me, whatever, text me, whatever. And then I remember we stopped talking because I don't know if it was a disagreement. I don't know. Y'all, I do not remember the particulars. But I know we stopped talking and never spoke again. So there was never... I never remembered him after that time either. Like, he completely became like a ghost in my head. Like, that's how I know that we probably didn't separate on the best of terms, because I never even had an urge to think about you, considering or reconciliating with you. I never, like, you just vanished like Casper, boom, poof, out of my head, right? Boom. So that was back then. Fast forward over 10 years in the future. Fast forward, we get to 2025, right? And this is where I start talking about proximity. So you guys know that I bartend on the side, right? That's like my little side gig, right? For some, fast, easy money. Nevertheless, I bartend. So there's this place, like the promoter that I work with, he works in so many different areas of the city. So sometimes I never know who I'm going to work with or where I'm going to be working until like the week of. So this one week, not too long ago, my promoter hit me up and said, hey, we're uptown. This is where we're going to be at, blah, this is the details, blah, 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 group chat, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So, yeah, I know uptown is the area where The Rock used to live, but I'm not thinking about The Rock. I'm not thinking about 10 years ago, a guy I did. I don't even know if this man still lives in this area. I don't know nothing about this. I'm just saying that this man's not even on my mind, on my mata. Like, I'm not even thinking about anything regarding The Rock. I just know I'm going to work uptown. Boom. It's not somewhere I always go often, so I can count on my hands how many times I've ever been uptown, whatever the case may be. But and one of those times was 10 years ago. But I'm not correlating all of that. I'm not even sitting here like, oh yeah, I used to date a guy who lived uptown. Like, it's not going through my head in that manner, right? So I go to work on some regular shit. I go to work, I'm at work, met my new partner, everything is cool, la-di-la-di-la. Do I get weird men at my bar all the time? Every goddamn day. It's New York City. Every goddamn day. You're gonna find a weirdo. Left and right. Especially the ones that act and look normal. The weirdest. They're weirder than the ones that are out loud weird. So, I'm in a spot working. Smooth night. There was a guy that was acting weird. Like, when I say weird, it's just that, like, he just kept staring at me, not saying much, but he was spending a lot of money at the bar. So, whatever. I didn't care. I get home, and the next day, I get a DM. And I was surprised that the DM even went through and popped up on my primary list, because the way my account is set up now is everything goes into a request first before I can accept it into my primary or my general. But this account the message came straight through. So I immediately opened it because the first sentence said my actual real name. And a lot of people, I mean, you guys know my real name, but a lot of people don't know my real name. My name is Sarah. So the first starting messages said Sarah, and it popped up in my primary, but I didn't know the icon that was popping up, the picture. It wasn't familiar with it. I didn't know it. I didn't know the name either. I was just confused. So I clicked on it. I see this person, a guy, sends me like a little paragraph, what you guys would call an essay, like a little paragraph. So I'm reading it, and it's saying, "Hey, Sarah, this is The Rock. I'm not sure if you remember me. Last night I actually saw you in my hometown, in my area. I was out celebrating with my friends, and it kind of looked like you didn't know me. I kept staring at you to see if maybe you would put two and two together, but you just never like spoke to me. You kept speaking to me like a brand new stranger, so I don't think you know me. But, I'm The Rock. Remember, I met you at your college this and this years ago. I remember you wore this. You had this hairstyle. Did you remember meeting my grandma? Remember she was thick. I remember his grandma was sick at the time. I remember meeting my grandma. She's still alive. She's still doing well. Thank God, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting there and I'm reading it. And I go to this man's page and I'm looking through the pictures and I'm like, I don't know. Who is this guy? Like, when something looks familiar to you and sounds familiar, but so much time has passed, you're just trying to put your finger on it like, what? I was mad confused. So what confused me the most was the missing tooth, because I'm just like, I never met somebody in real life who had one of their front core teeth missing. Like, I've only ever seen that on social media. I'm lying. I did meet a girl. Well, I didn't meet her with her front core teeth missing. She got into a fight, and then I saw her after that, and the tooth was missing. But she wasn't my friend. She was just someone that I seen a few times and met through mutual friends, and that's, yeah. How you have your front tooth missing and you don't go handle up on that, I'm not sure. It's probably a money issue, because dental shit is expensive. I'll tell you, I had to pay a couple of G's out of pocket just to get a crown. And what's that called again? A root canal. Yeah. I had to pay almost 3 G's cash money. And I had to, because I was in so much pain. So I do understand why I guess someone with a missing tooth probably would just keep it missing. But yeah, I wasn't judging the fact that he had a missing tooth. Maybe I was a little bit, but I just not judging. I probably wanted to know like what happened to your tooth. 9 times out of 10, it was either rotten or it got knocked out. That's usually what happens when like your core teeth falls out your mouth. Not my business. I'm not concerned. So now, yeah. So I'm looking at the pictures. I see the missing tooth. The person looks familiar, but he has hair now. You know, he didn't have hair back then. Just a lot of things. So I think after he started explaining the whole grandma thing, that's when it clicked into my head. Like, oh. Like, you start, oh, that's you? Like, it's been so long. Like, oh my gosh. Like, so I was just telling him, like, oh, hey, you know, I'm sorry. I didn't remember you. I had to really like sit down because I think I didn't answer his message right away. It took me like a whole 2 days to get back to the message. I still was trying to figure out who it was. And he kept writing me like, you don't remember me? I know you don't remember me. Because that's when he brought up I was working at this and this place. And I seen you and, you know, you just didn't recognize me, whatever. So I'm like, oh, well, I know who you are now, whatever. You know, sorry I didn't recognize you. Like, it's just been a while, like over 10 years. I'm talking about not just over 10 years. It's about to hit a 15-year mark. Like, it's rounded up. So, of course, I'm not going to remember you. Like, we didn't share no long history. You were on like 2 or 3 dates, my guy, and never spoke to each other again. Like, and I don't even know why. Like, so I just told him that, like, oh, hey, sorry I didn't remember you, but hey, I remember you now. Hope all is well. Hope your grandma's well, whatever. So he hits me back with, yeah, so, I mean, I was going to always remember you because I never stopped keeping in touch with you. I never stopped keeping up with you. Like, I've had you on Instagram still since like way back then. As you guys know, I've never had a different Instagram, always only had one Instagram. So that's the reason why his messages just kind of went straight through, because he probably, remember, a lot of the times when Instagram do all their new upgrades, it doesn't really apply to stuff that's already in place. It applies to new stuff. So new followers, new this, new that. People that I've had in the past that probably wrote me can still write me now. Don't have to request me whether I'm following them or not, because it's not part of the new. I don't think old accounts get affected by the new features or whatever. So it explained everything. So you never unfollowed me. Weird. Because I don't even remember like when I even seen the name of the Instagram, I didn't even remember it. So he's like, yeah, you know, I've never stopped keeping up with you. I've had your IG for years. I saw when you did this. I saw when you did that. He literally started dropping my milestones. Like, oh yeah, I remember when you went here. Weren't you living here? Weren't you this? And I'm not going to lie, that shit started to creep me the fuck out, because imagine that, you guys. Imagine hearing somebody reminisce about a minor encounter y'all had over 10 to 15 years ago, and then the person is now breaking down your milestones. Like, oh yeah, you did this, you did that. That's scary. And then you got to remember, I don't look the same as when he met me. A lot of times when I come across people that knew me back then, like around that time he knew me, they don't even recognize me. They don't, because I look so different. Sometimes they think that I did work on my face and my body. Whole time, all I did was eat better, do more skincare, and just, you know, just work on myself, like elevate myself, learn myself. So I was a little weirded out because he was literally going over my milestones with me, like I told you. Mind you guys, while he's sitting here going over my milestones, he's not doing it in like a weird, I mean, it is weird. He's not doing it in a malicious way. He's like, oh yeah, I saw when you were when you designed for BET. I saw when you did this. I saw when I knew you were always going to be a fashion person and blah, and I'm so proud of you and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, you know, you got that awkward thank you. Like, you don't really know how to feel about it. It's just awkward. Yeah, it was given that, right? So I thought the conversation was going to end there. But as days go by, he continues to write me. And he's writing me a lot to the point where he's almost writing himself. And I start feeling awkward because it's like, like, why you keep writing me? What the fuck is going on here? Like, he's asking me, oh, well, when are you going to work there again? I'm actually really cool with the owners, and those are all my peoples that I grew up with, and blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, like the girl you were working with, like her and I, we used to date, but we're like best friends now. And I told her that I know you and we used to date, and that shit pissed me clean off. Like, that's when I started to get irritated. Like, I was getting irritated a little bit, but that's when I really started to get irritated because I'm a person, I keep my lives separate. I don't mix friends. I don't mix careers. I don't mix business with friendship. I don't mix a lot of stuff. So when I'm out in the nightlife, that's not even something that I carry into my day-to-day. Like, I'm not a nightlife person in my real life. I know there's a lot of people who their career, whether they're in a nightlife or they're 9 to 5, whatever they're doing is their life, not me. I like to have degrees of separation. Meaning, from my promoter to any of the girls that I work with to my customers, no one knows or have access to me once I leave work. Only type of conversation and access you're going to have with Sarah is in the premises. And once I leave, you don't have any access or information or nothing with me. Outside of my promoter, who's the person who's putting me onto bread. That's it. But I keep a degree of separation. So for you to be sitting here and you're telling people that we dated and that shit is weird. And that's why it's so hard to even like flirt with a guy, because even one time I flirted with a guy and he went and told my boyfriend that we dated before. Like, you can't even do shit like that. Like, it's so weird. So I was a little annoyed because it's like, why are you talking? Why are you spreading false narratives in this environment where I'm at work? And why are you even making me a topic of conversation? Like, what are you doing? Like, it just was starting to weird me out, right? Oh, when are you going to work here again so I can come through? I always come and spend so much money. This is my thing. I'm into crypto. I do this. And that's what, y'all. Once someone starts selling their accomplishments to me and I did not ask, I completely become wary of you. Because I find that people do that with me a lot, and it's extremely weird. Why in the hell are you, and that's men and women, you just meet me and then you just start selling your accomplishments to me. Oh, well, this is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I've done. This is what I'm doing. And then they keep going and going, and you're just standing here like, never asked, but I guess. Not my concern, but I guess. Like, you're literally like, you don't want to be rude, but you're just wondering, like, why did this person start selling themselves to you like they're in a fucking interview and you're not even hiring? That always makes me weary. So now he starts selling his stuff. Yeah, this is what I do. I'm into this. I'm into that. And if you ever want to learn crypto, if you ever want to do this, yeah, I can put you on. And, I can come back to that spot all the time whenever you're working and spend a bag. That's no issue, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. And yeah, matter of fact, I would love to do business with you because you look really ambitious. And I like that you set a goal and you're sticking to it. I have a girlfriend. I'm not having a conversation with this guy. I'm reading. This is all the stuff I'm reading. Because now he's spamming my inbox. And, well, yeah, I have a girl. And she's talented. And she does makeup for celebrities. So I don't date no bum girls. I only date, upscale girls. But she don't have as much ambition as you. And I would rather just invest my money in you than into her. And all. Talking a whole lot of hot shit that I don't give a rat's ass about. Y'all, I'm a Capricorn, so I wear my emotions on my sleeves. So if you guys could see my face while I'm reading this information, like, my face slowly just start turning into disgust. I start slowly screwing up my face. Like, what am I reading? Like, what the fuck is this? Ugh. So now, Yeah, so now he starts talking all that stuff, like, that I don't, like, why are you telling me about all this stuff? Why are you selling yourself to me when I'm not buying? I'm not buying, sir. You don't, cálmate, because I'm not buying. But yeah, I can do a lot of business with you, with your design career and stuff. Like, I can really, like, yeah, I would love to work together. I love when people come to me talking about, I would love to work with you. Work with me and do what? People don't even be in my field. Don't even be knowing nothing about my career path. How are you going to help me? You don't even know where I'm going or what I want to do. Just coming in talking hot shit, trying to attach yourself to someone who has a natural talent. And that's what I find. Niggas always trying to attach, just not girls, niggas and girls, men and women always trying to attach themselves to me because I have a talent that I can use ongoingly, a talent that's not, that, I mean, everything has a lifespan, but a lot of things that people are pouring into has very short lifespan. So I got a longer lifespan with my talent and my career, and can take it in different areas and different routes. And they see that, and they want some of that. That's why they're selling themselves to me, acting like they're selling themselves to me to be an asset to me. Whole time they're coming in as a fucking wolf, a leech. So I'm reading all this stuff, and I'm not really answering. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, that's nice. You know, congratulations on, and wish you the best on your endeavors and all this different stuff and whatever. So now he realized that I'm not really fancied about a whole crypto, all that different stuff. Okay, you're a scammer, drug dealer, whatever you are. I done been there, done that. Not impressed. Like, I'm not even going back that way. So now he starts asking me out. Like, okay, well, I would love to take you out, whatever. And I'm just like, well, no, I'm not interested in dating or whatever. And I'm just working and stuff like that. When I come up to that area, whatever. Oh, well, you know, before or after work, we can. No, I'm okay. Thank you. Like, it's to the point where I'm starting to get annoyed, because it's like I'm having to tell this man no in like 30, 40, 50 different fucking ways. Like, and I don't want to be mean. I've been working on not being mean, but I'm telling you guys, being mean has its benefits. Because had I been a BITCH would have just blocked him, would have not answered him, wouldn't have cared, nothing, just wouldn't have even considered his feelings or anything. Like, only reason I was being nice to him was because I did appreciate how he approached me, very gentlemanlike, and I appreciated all the compliments, even though it was creepy. And I don't remember why we stopped talking, so I didn't know if I should be mean or not. Either way, I think even though I only engaged a little bit by just saying thank you or whatever and wishing him the best, I probably shouldn't have engaged at all. Well, I know I shouldn't have engaged at all, for a fact. So, boom. I rejected him politely, told him no thank you, blah, blah, blah. Next week, I go to work, right? And I'm working with the same girl that he said that he knew, whatever, and dated. She comes to me and she's like, hey, girl, it's about to be a good night. My homeboy coming through. You know him. You know The Rock. No, I don't know The Rock. I turn around and tell her, no, I don't. Actually, I don't know The Rock. Oh, The Rock said he knew you. He said, yeah, I used to go out, whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't know him, and that's not true. And she's like, well, anyways, he's coming. He's coming here, and he said he knows that, you know, he's seen us on a flyer, so he knows we're working together, and he's about to blow a bag. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and I ain't against a bag being blown. For me, I don't care where the bag comes from. If a bag being blown, man, come blow the bag. So I'm all like, okay, cool. Well, that's the kind of news I want to hear. I don't want to hear all that extra fluff shit. Like, put your money where your mouth is. Or you come and spend some bread. All right, cool. Let's do that. So he comes in, and yes, he does spend bread. He does. And what made me upset and annoyed is that besides him spending the money, he spent the entire night telling everybody that we used to date. From my promoter to the busboy to the different bartenders in there to the customers, his friends. I was so uncomfortable that night because I'm not used to going to work and having someone just infiltrate me like that. I'm usually just behind the bar, acting like I'm having a good time, counting down the minutes until they leave and another set of money come in. Like, that's literally my job. I'm just sitting here counting time and counting dollars. And now I'm sitting here in front of someone who is kind of technically pushing themselves on me, pushing themselves into my environment, infiltrating, doing too much. And it was kind of making me uncomfortable. I didn't like it. Because like I said, no one at work knows me in any type of personal way. So for someone to feel like, oh, I have proximity to you, and the way this guy was talking, and that's what proximity does, because the way he was speaking, you would have thought that him and I had a long-term relationship, or we've kept in contact for years, or we were friends. Like, this man is a stranger to me. You meet someone almost 15 years ago, you go out on maybe 2-3 dates with them and never speak to them again for another 15 years. That's a stranger. Sir, we don't know each other. We're not a part of each other's lives. You're not automatically a part of my life because I met you years ago. That's not what that is. And in his head, I felt like it was that, because he had said like, oh yeah, well, I know he was drunk, but he told his friend, yeah, that was my girl. That's gonna always be my girl. What? It don't matter who she's dating right now. I came first and this and that. And I'm looking at him and his friend like I'm about to throw up. Like, I don't even have a child with you and you talking like that. Imagine if I didn't even date you past 2-3 dates and you're talking like that. You're scary, sir. You're fucking scary. And the whole time I'm uncomfortable, and I'm at work, so I can't mistreat him at the bar because I'm gonna get in trouble. I can go and tell my manager that he's doing something wrong, but technically he's not really doing anything wrong besides crossing my personal boundaries, but not really in an unethical way, just doing too much. So I was trapped in a rock and a hard place. And then he knew all of them too, so I felt like they didn't really take him being drunk and chatting and all. They didn't take it seriously because they're probably used to him and all that stuff like that, right? So night's over, he's lingering. Like, when I tell you he won't leave. And you got to remember, after the night is over, we got to count our money, divide the money, send it here. Split it here, split it there. Everybody got to make their cut. DJ, bar, bus, whatever, promote, everybody got to make their cut. So we are there at least an hour after the club closes. We're still there. If we made a lot of money, sometimes even more, even longer. And I see he's lingering. They don't usually let customers linger in the club, but like I said, he knew them, so they let him linger a little bit. And the whole time he's lingering, he's staring at me, trying to make conversation with me. He won't leave me alone. Like, it's so hard going from being invisible to being the center of someone's attention span. Like, it's like you start wishing, like, damn, I wish I was invisible again, because this person is really driving up my anxiety right now. Like, what the fuck? So he's lingering, and he keeps talking to me like, oh, what are you doing after this? Do you want to go get some breakfast? Do you want to blah, blah? And I keep rejecting. I'm turning him down politely. No, I'm okay. Thank you. Oh, like, if you got a man, then just say that, whatever. Sir, whether I have a man or not is not your concern. I'm just not interested in you. I'm not interested in you because I'm not interested in you. Has nothing to do with whatever I got going on personally. I'm just not interested in you. I don't understand why you can't understand it, but I'm just not interested in you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm politely turning him down or whatever. When I'm leaving, I'm getting in my Uber, and he's waiting outside the club. And y'all, men are creepy, y'all. I don't care how much money a man has. I don't care how confident he acts. I've seen the confident, most wealthiest men do the creepiest shit. Because that's not the first time men like sat there and waited to see what car I got into and just did weird shit like that. Men do that shit to me a lot. It's so weird and it's sick to my sick to my stomach. Like, weirdo. So he was doing shit like that. Like even when I was at my Uber and he realized, like he waited back in front of the club door. And I got into my Uber. I was so happy when the Uber came because, like I told you, this man was following me. Like he was hanging on me like my puppy latte. Like my puppy latte followed me everywhere around the house. That was him. So I'm getting in the Uber. He realized I'm getting in the backseat of the Uber. So now he walks up and holds the door. Still, oh, well, you know, I would love if I could take you home and blah, blah, blah. No fucking thank you. I'm fine. I'm good. Please let go of this Uber door before they give me a bad review, sir. Thank you. Boom. Get home. He's writing me on Instagram, talking to himself for hours that next day. Oh, did you get home safe? Oh, again, tooting his own horn, talking about blah, blah, just trying to sell himself to me. This is where it gets nasty. So I go into work that next day. I remember it was that next day. I remember I ignored him the whole day that he was writing me on Instagram. And the reason why I ignored him was because I felt like maybe I'm giving him too much conversation and maybe I'm being too nice to him, even though I'm giving him the bare minimum, even though I'm barely answering him, leaving him on red, showing him that I'm uncomfortable, like rejecting him in the most polite way. Maybe that's still too much interaction. So I'm just not going to answer him at all. And I'm just going to start ignoring him. Maybe he'll get the hint and back off. So the whole day go by. He's writing me on Instagram and I did not answer. I get to work now and he's there already. I mean, you do have your early birds who come in, but most times men come like after 12. They don't really, by the time you come in at like, I got to get there like 10, 11 the latest. There's probably like one or two guys, Mexican guys who just came from work. Sorry, I said that. Yeah, I'm trying to censor myself because I cannot speak any way I want. I can't speak to y'all like I'm speaking to my friends because I don't want people to get offended. But that's usually what happens. Like the Mexican guys be there having their little Coronas. That's before the party get turned. That's like around 11 o'clock. But The Rock was there, right? Mind you, I know he's friends with the people that work at the club or whatever and own the club, but he was kind of there by himself, just talking to everybody, whatever. So I seen him sitting down at one part of the bar. I barely acknowledged him. And then after we get our bar assigned, it was funny because I told my promoter, don't put me like to the left side because that's where I seen The Rock was sitting. I told him to put me to the right side of the bar. He said, cool. I didn't tell him that's the reason why I didn't want to be at the left side. I just told him, put me on the right side of the bar, like on some regular-ish. So I go to my station on the right side of the bar, and guess who comes walking all the way to the right side of the bar and sits right at my bar? The Rock. So now I'm annoyed because my patience is thin, y'all. Like, I got patience, but the problem with my patience is I have it until I don't have it. So I'll have patience and then boom, it'll click in my head. Oh, no more patience. I no longer have patience. So now he comes and sits in front of my bar, and that's when I realized that my patience and my tolerance for him was wearing down very, very quickly. So now he's sitting there, oh, you Hollywood now? You Hollywood? I've been writing you all day. You ain't never answer. You Hollywood now? And I'm looking at him like, I'm not obligated to answer you. Like, I don't know what you think this is. And I had to tell him that. I'm not obligated to answer you. This is not how this works. Oh, don't start acting like that now because you never even used to look like this. I'll tell everybody in this club you never even used to look like this. That's where he had me fucked up. Now, I went from being nice to giving straight attitude. Now I want you out my face. Because now you're trying to play me. And you're not about to come here, infiltrate my life, and you're not about to make me uncomfortable at work. You're not about to play me. You're not about to play in my face. You're not about to do none of that extra shit. No, you're not about to play me. No. One thing I know about people and I understand is that they love taking you back into the past. They love taking you back to the point where they feel like you were beneath them and they had more control. So you sitting here trying to tell me that you're about to tell people I used to look a certain way, like F you and F those people. Like what are you talking about, sir? Like, you're not about to sit here and intimidate me in any type of fashion. You're not about to sit here and make me feel less than or try to take me back into an era that I no longer live in. You live in that era. And actually, sir, I don't even care how much money you appear to have. You don't look like the money you have. You actually look like a bum. And I hate people with money who look like bums and live like bums. Because if you look like a bum, you're probably living like a bum. Because you know what happens? You know what that means? You have all that extra cash you're sitting on because you're not taking care of yourself, sir. You're not taking care of yourself the way you're supposed to. Had you been taking care of yourself, you wouldn't even have all this expendable bread. And what I mean by taking care of yourself is having a proper living situation, having a clean home, clean clothes, your hair's done, your hygiene is on point. Go fix your teeth. Like bathe. Like, I just felt like he had all this money he was spending, but personally, if you ask me, he looked a lot more healthier and cleaner when he was working for FedEx all them years ago. Me seeing you, you look like you're downgraded. You don't look that good, sir. You do have some cash on hand, but you're not dressed very well, and you kind of smell like you've been sitting in a trap for a while. You don't smell like fresh cologne. You don't smell like fresh soap. You kind of smell like the streets. Under your fingernails are pretty dirty, which means that you probably haven't had a decent shower in a couple of days. You don't completely stink, so I know that you showered, but who knows how often you're bathing. And I hate to be that one. I hate to sit there and try to tell people about themselves because I don't know what's true and what's not true. I don't know if you bathed or took care of yourself, and I don't. And it's not my business. But, sir, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I said check yourself before you what? You wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself and stop playing with the kid. Stop playing with the kid. So once he said that to me, I didn't politely, I gave him an attitude. I said, listen, you're annoying me. And I have customers coming. So can you please give up this seat? Because my customer's coming to sit here. What do you mean I'm annoying you? Look, that's that Hollywood-ish again. And what do you mean you got customers coming? This is practically my spot. All these people in here, I know those are my friends. This is if I tell them this, if I tell them you can't even work here, you're not working here. It's always the nigga that don't got shit that's always coming in and try to run somebody else shit. I said, all right, so make me not work here. Get out my face. I don't want you sitting here. You're not purchasing anything right now. And if you want to sit here, I'm just going to switch my bar. It's that simple. So either you get up or I'm going to leave. It's one or the other. So now he's arguing with me, going back and forth. The promoter that's also his friend, starts seeing the tension, and he comes over like, hey, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? So I start telling the promoter, like, listen, I have customers. I didn't tell the promoter that all the personal shit. I just told him I have customers coming in. They're on their way, and I need this space for the bar. He not buying nothing right now. So I'm just asking him even if he wants to move a couple of seats over, just enough for my customers to come in, because I have 4 of them coming in. I need space for them to sit. So the promoter started telling him, like, bro, just sit right there, whatever. Let her get her customers, whatever. He like, nah, she acting Hollywood. And y'all start telling the promoter, oh, I used to date her, and now she acting this. And she never even used to look like that. She acting like that because she trying to play me, making a scene in front of everybody. Like, y'all, I don't get embarrassed easily, but I was embarrassed because the only reason I was embarrassed was because these people don't know me outside of the club. They don't know me. Like, I'm the person that's, like, mysterious to them. And I felt like a lot of people like me because I would, like I said, not like me. Yeah, they like me, but I didn't have any issues there because remember, people don't know anything about you. I'm quiet. I don't cause any havoc. I come, I work, I go home. You build a decent rapport with people because there's no friction. This was the first friction I had in that spot amongst those people. And the way he's speaking so confidently, it does look, that's the thing about proximity. He's speaking so confidently because he had proximity to me that he's speaking with so much arrogance that he's believable. Oh, I used to know you. You didn't die. You used to this. Like the way he's talking, you guys would never think that we only knew each other for like a few dates and that's it. Like, you wouldn't even think that. That's how confident this man is speaking. So now the promoter starts separating us. He told me like, oh, I can go to the other bar. Just let him sit here, whatever. Catering to his friend, whatever. I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to be away from that situation. So I go to the other bar. Whole night, he's pointing at me. Anyone who would listen that he know in the club, he's telling them this and that. People are walking up to me like, oh, what you did to The Rock? He cool. He mad cool. He always come here and spend money. He mad cool. What you did to him? I'm now looking like the bad guy. I'm looking like I done did something to they money spender. Like, it was just mad weird. And then I felt like he was trying to show off because out of nowhere, he just kept spending and spending and spending, and to the point where he kept going to the ATM. And every time he would come out from the ATM, he would try to make eye contact with me and keep waving the money in the air and talking like, yeah, I'm that guy, I'm this, I'm ba, just doing the most. And I remember my promoter kept coming up to me like, just, he drunk, ignore him, whatever. I told my promoter, I don't care what he does, only he don't come over here. I don't want him near me. So me and my customers be having a good time. And yeah, I do feel like the bar I was at with the girl, she made a lot of money with him that night. Not just with him, but with other customers. And I do personally feel like the only reason she made all of that money was because of him. I mean, not him, because of me. Yeah, because of him, because of me. You know when somebody's trying to show off and prove something to you, so they go above and beyond to do the most to make it seem like, because he kept saying like, I got it. Niggas is trying to treat me Hollywood. I'm Hollywood. I'm the one with the bread. I got it. I'm here to spend bread. I'm not here to make money like y'all. I'm here to spend it, but blah, blah, blah. Just talking all his hot ish. So he spent a lot of money. Kudos to her. I'm happy you made some bread. I'm happy you took that money out of that sucker's hands. Take more money from him. Yes, sucker, loser. You're a sucker. You're a loser. Yeah, spend all of your money. Because you look like... Oh, let me not say that. You don't look up to Pa. You look like you live in a trap house. And you should be doing something better with your money. Like getting you some perfume or something. Like some Dove body wash and some antibacterial soap to go in first. Like, go do something with yourself, but whatever. So I'm just ignoring him, having a good time. I made money that night too. My customers spent money on me. And the night was pretty much over. Unlike the other nights, because I worked at the bar by myself, I could have just went to the back, did all my payouts. I didn't have to stay up front and did. So that's what I did because I didn't want to stay near him because he was lingering in the spot again. So I slip out, I leave. He didn't even get to see me slip out and leave because I told the promoter I was leaving through the back door. I gave the promoter all my cuts and I did. Now, fast forward 2 weeks, right? Which was last night. Y'all, the story is fresh and juicy, mac and cheese, squish, squish. So fast forward to last night. I hadn't worked at the place in like 2 weeks. I was actually supposed to work there last week, and I didn't make it in town in time. So I got there late. And then I was still going to go, but I got there late, fell asleep, and then woke up late. So I had enough time to go. I just didn't have enough time to sleep and go. And I kind of ended up sleeping instead. So I had to work yesterday, like any normal day. I had to work, and I'm thinking I'm about to have a good day. I don't even have The Rock in my mind. I'm not even thinking about him. Like I said, he's not a thought process. Yes, he annoyed me. I had some time off. Didn't think about him. I had even ended up blocking him on Instagram after that engagement at the club the last time. I blocked him, done with him, boom, boom. I had to block so many pages because when I went to go block him, they asked me, do you want to block him and all the associated pages? Do you know that this man was following me from 4 different accounts? He has 4 pages and he was following me from all 4 of them. All of them were his. And I made Instagram block all 4 pages. Weirdo. So I had blocked him and everything. Not even thinking about him in mind. Nothing. So I get to work and everything is cool. Making money already. Was making money early. All of a sudden, who comes in? The Rock. Come in, making a show, talking, trying to get attention, all this stuff like that. So now he walks around the bar and he starts to tip everybody that's working the bar except for me. He keeps skipping past me, but he's making it like a game, like a ring around the rosy, like tip for you, no tip for you, tip for you, tip for you, back around, no tip for you, like trying to antagonize me. So I'm ignoring him. So he did that at first. I rolled my eyes. So now one of the bartenders came and she asked me like, oh, what's going on with you and The Rock? Like, he's mad cool. Like, why he not tipping you? Like, you're one of the prettiest girls in here and this, that, and third. I was like, listen, I'm not here to tickle any man's fancy or their ego, or I'm not here for that. That's not my job. If I'm here to make money and it's not personal. When I'm here, it's literally like a slot machine. This person, you pull down this lever, this person might give you 25 cents. You pull down this lever, this person might spend $100. This person might spend $50. This person might spend $1,000. You just never know. It's the luck of the fucking Titans. Unless you know people and you got them prearranged to come in and spend money, it's just the luck of the Titans. And I'm fortunate by God that I've had pretty good days working. Yeah, not every day is going to be a great day, but I've had pretty good days. So, and I know I'm going to have pretty great days moving forward until I'm done, until I decide I don't want to work anymore. So I'm not sweating it because it's not, his money can't do anything for me. The only thing that can do something for me is my money, the money that I had the capability of earning. If I didn't earn that money, it wasn't given to me, it's not in my pockets, it has nothing to do with me and it does not affect me. I don't care if he walks around and give every single one of these girls $1 million each. None of those millions had my name on it, so it wasn't for me. That's it. My million, that's for me, can't be touched, will never make me feel any type of way. It will be mine. And no one can sit here and control it, take it, decide for it, nothing. So I'm not pressed about stuff like that. So I'm trying to tell her, like, I don't care. So he starts seeing that I don't care. And thank God, because I had a customer who was really nice. I'm happy I kept in touch with him. He was starting to spend so much money on me. I don't know if he noticed what was going on or if he liked me, but he started to spend money on me. We were having a good time. And the whole time, The Rock is over there staring. So now he comes over, right? When my customer gets up and go to the bathroom, he comes over. Oh, I got a tip for you too, but you just got to change that Hollywood attitude. Oh, I don't care. It looks like you got a boyfriend. You acting like this because you got a boyfriend. If you got a boyfriend, that's cool. We could still do business together. You don't got to act like that. I said, listen, Rock, I don't want to do nothing with you. I don't want to kick it with you, do business with you, talk to you. I don't want nothing to do with you at all. You're a stranger. You're not my customer. You're not my friend. We have no relation, so I would appreciate it if you got out of my face and out from in front of my bar. Straight like that. I have no dealings with you. None. Don't want any. Don't want nothing from you. Nada. We're good. The only thing I want is for you to get from my space, get from over here. I don't come near you. I would appreciate if you did not come near me. That really took him for a loop. And before he started his shenanigans, I went and I got the promoter. I'm like, listen, I don't understand how you expect me to work under these conditions. This is your friend, yes, but this is your place of business. He's not my customer. I'm not friends with him. I don't want him in my space. I don't want him speaking to me, and I don't want him verbally attacking me, because that's how it gets to physical attacks after that. He obviously has animosity towards me, and you know it. You notice it. So get him away from me before I have to bring my man up here, bro. And I told him that, like, get him away from me. So now my promoter starts seeing how upset I am, and he starts seeing that it's not a game no more. So he's telling me, is there any way, I know y'all knew each other, y'all got history. I said, we don't got history. We don't have no fucking history. There's nothing there. My promoter was like, oh, well, is there any way that you guys can just hash things out? He wants to spend money. You want to make money. I'm trying to make money. Let's just make this work. And I'm like, I don't want any money from him. I just want him to leave me alone. I'm at work. There's not a social club for me. I'm at work. I said, there's literally 6, 7 other girls over here that he can work with. He can spend money on. Just leave me alone. And then my promoters asked me what's really bothering me about him. I said, what's bothering me is that he's not even spending any money my way. I haven't made any money from him these past horrible encounters. I said, why is it fair for me to have to deal with this negative energy, someone targeting me at work, and I'm not even making any money from them? I'm not making a dime. So he's like, so he never spent any money at your bar since that first, because I saw him at your bar that first day. I said, yes, that's the only day he spent money. And it was because I didn't know who he was. He didn't reintroduce himself to me. And we were working. He knew the girl that I was working, whatever. Yeah, it was a smooth interaction. But every day since then that he's been here and I've been here, he has not spent any money at my bar. But we continue to argue. We continue to have a problem. And that's not fair to me. And my promoter was like, nah, you're right. That's not, like, that's a problem right there. Like, I thought he was spending money at least. Like, so now he went and had a little side conversation. I don't know what he ended up telling him, but you should hear him like, nah, I get money. Do you know who I am, bro? Nah. You're not going to start treating me like that too because of this bitch. Nah, fuck that. Nah. Matter of fact, I'm about to go to my stash house and I'm coming back with 100 bands. I'm really going to show you. Blah, 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 blah. Screaming. Then he storms out. So my promoter comes back and he talks to me. He's like, oh, don't worry about him. He's just drunk. I'm not going to let him back in for the night, whatever the case may be. Just try not to, like, antagonize him. I said, how can you antagonize somebody that you ignore, that you treat like a ghost? Make it make sense. And y'all, the way that he was wilding out last night, everybody was just watching. Some people knew he was talking about me. Some people didn't. But he got so angry that I felt like if my promoter and security and other men wasn't there, I really felt like he was going to come and maybe come in my face, or because, like, you know when somebody's arguing and they walking towards you with so much anger, like they're about to do something, but it's because there's people in the room that they didn't. And I'm not even going to lie, I don't get scared easily, but that shit scared me. And the reason why it scared me is because it wouldn't be my first time dealing with that situation. I dealt with situations before where men would get so angry at my rejection that they've actually tried to put hands on me before. Like, I remember this one spot I was working years ago. Not that many years ago, maybe like 2 years ago. And it was actually Monclown and I. And I remember we can't have free drinks everywhere we go. Sidebar, we can't have free drinks everywhere we go. So I was working at this one spot and you had to pay for drinks even though you was working there. So I wanted a drink, and no, that's not what happened. Oh yeah, this is what happened. Monclown wasn't working with me. Monclown came there as my guest, right? She came there as a customer. Monclown wanted a drink, and I was going to discount her drink. So I told the bar owner, like, hey, this is my friend. I'm going to just I think the wine was $15, and I think I was going to give it to her for 10 or something like that, right? And basically asked her for a discount. And then the customer who was sitting in that area, he was also friends with the bar owner. Like, oh no, y'all girls come in here always asking for stuff because y'all think y'all so pretty. Then y'all want to take money out of everybody else's pocket. If that's your friend and you invited her, then you buy her drink for her. Why you asking my mans to take money out of his bar? Blah, blah, this, that, and the third. And I felt like he came at me that way because the whole night he was trying to get my attention, but I was just ignoring him because, you know, people who get drunk and just do too much. I was ignoring him because he was drunk by the time I even got there and started working. So I felt like me kind of ignoring him the whole night, and I did give him some attitude prior to. He felt like, oh, it's my turn to shine now, and started like trying to come at me over me just getting a $5 discount for my homegirl at the time. And me and him started arguing, and I didn't even think the argument was that deep. All I said to him was, y'all, you men come in here and y'all treat us women as if, like, we owe you something, like as if we ain't got shit. Whole time, I'm living better than, nine times out of 10, I'm living better than y'all. Got a clean, comfortable bed, clean home. The fuck? Front yard, backyard, driveway, all. I'm living better than all of y'all. A lot of y'all niggas living in the projects with all that money y'all got. I think I told him something like that. And do you know this man picked up a Henny bottle to try to hit me with just because I told him that I'm living better than him? That's what rejection will do to men. I even told y'all about the guy in that other story talking about in proximity. I even told y'all about my neighbor who I rejected, who started throwing glass and cigarettes in my yard so that my dog could cut his feet. And then one time I was arguing with him, and he dead ass like lunged his coat my way. It didn't hit me, but he was that frustrated that he lunged his coat. And imagine you don't have any sexual ties or connection or relations to a man, and he feels like he can just put his hands on you. Is absolutely insane to me. So when The Rock was walking towards me in that aggressive way, I went into fight or flight mode. I literally was looking for stuff behind a bar. I even picked up a freaking corkscrew because I was like, if he comes anywhere near here, this is going in his neck. Like, I don't care. Like, because that's the thing. That's the one thing. You don't want Sarah fearful. When I get scared, when I'm in fear, run. Because I am capable of doing anything to keep myself safe because my fear is going to lead me. So you would rather me not be scared of you, because if I'm scared of you, I am liable to do some of the unthinkable things because it's you go into survival mode. And once I'm in survival mode, all I'm thinking in my head is do anything possible to survive. I'm not thinking about consequences. I'm not thinking about repercussions. I'm not thinking about right from wrong. I'm thinking about surviving. So that's the worst thing you could do, is put someone in survival mode. And I felt like he was putting me in that mode. That's why I picked up the corkscrew. And they ended up, asking him to leave, go calm down or whatever. And I had a conversation with my promoter, and I was frustrated and I was annoyed. I mean, I did get to continue the night and work or whatever without issues because they made him leave. But now it's like, even his comment like, oh, I know everybody in here, so if you don't deal with me, then you're not coming here at all. You're not gonna be able to make money here at all, blah, blah, blah. It was just like, now I'm annoyed. Because I know that some of y'all was telling me that I have to learn to put myself in better spaces. But that's just not fair. It's not about better spaces. If I go somewhere, I feel safe. I don't cause any drama. I don't have issues with people. It's a decent workspace, decent work environment. Why is it fair to me that I can't place myself here to benefit because somebody else wants something from me that I'm not willing to give? That's not fair. That's literally the story of my life. The reason why I say it's not about environment is even when I work 9 to 5 jobs. I've told y'all that I've done had to quit my job or get fired because I'm dealing with employees who want personal relationships with me that I don't want. i.e., example, clingy. I went to jail behind not wanting to be somebody's friend. Can you imagine that? Can you freaking imagine that? And you're at work. So I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of running from people who feel like they can now have a say-so or control in my life because they didn't get what they want out of me. That's not how this is going to work. It's not. It's not how this is going to work. Absolutely the hell not. And I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do to The Rock to make sure that he doesn't even step foot in that club again. And I'm not going to say what I'm going to do because I don't know who's listening and who's hearing. But I'm not letting people run me out of environments where I've done no harm in. I didn't do anything here. So I'm not running. I'm not leaving. I'm not doing all that. No. You have a problem. Now I'm going to remove the problem, which is you. I'm going to remove him as a problem. I know exactly how to do it too. I'm done playing that game. I'm making good money here. You don't get to have parts of me that I don't offer you, that I'm not sharing with you. And you don't get to be upset about it. And you don't get to try to make me humble myself for it either. I said no. I said no access. I said access denied. I said no thank you. And I said get away from me. And I said no. I said no, and I said no. I don't care how you take that. Take it on the chin. No. And it's the proximity that you had with me, The Rock had with me years ago, that makes him feel even entitled to do what he's doing. You don't even know me. You don't even know what I got going on. And another thing, he had the nerve to say, oh, well, I know you ain't got no kids, so you can't be that cuffed up. You still available. Excuse me. Oh, I'm about to curse. I'm about to say, excuse me, BITCH. You don't know nothing about me, what's available for me or not. You don't even know if I have kids or not. You see how people watch your Instagram and your social media and decide that they know you in life? You don't know me, motherfucker. You don't know me, motherfucker. Y'all don't even know if I have kids. I could sit here and tell you I don't have kids. Still, you won't never know if I have kids or not. I could sit here and tell you I'm not married. You want to know if I'm married or not. I can sit here and tell social media whatever I want to fucking tell social media, and they would never know what's the truth or not. So for people to sit here and watch your social media and try to base what they see on social media on what your real life got going on is absolutely insanity. Believe nothing you hear or see. Believe nothing. Because you would never know. Literally. Like, I just don't understand the attachment. Someone who has no attachment to you, we didn't create a crazy solid form of attachment. And then we also haven't known each other for almost 2 decades. I just didn't understand why he was so upset that I rejected his advances. And I never said that him and I couldn't be cool. So this whole Hollywood thing, I didn't understand because I never said I couldn't say hi to you. I never said that we couldn't be cool. I say hi, cordial, whatever. But you can't just impose yourself on me. You can't just stuff yourself in my face, in my life, and expect that I'm going to just... No, I'm not your property. Nowhere near, never will be. And I think that men have an issue with thinking that the things that they desire, especially women, are their property. I've been followed by men in the street, walking home, where I had to call the cops, take down their license plate, hide. I've been followed by men in many places that I've gone to. And once I reject them, that's when the violence comes in. I even have a story time on my channel, way back when, if you guys go deep in the archives, about this guy who literally tried to attack me when I was 16, what was that, like 14, 15, 16. My mom sent me to the jerk chicken store to get jerk chicken. And the guy tried to flirt with me. I'm a little girl. Mind you, he had like a, I wouldn't say professional, but like a security type uniform, whatever. And as I rejected him and I just ignored him and rejected his advances, he followed me, and then he took a Heineken bottle and broke it and tried to attack me with it. I had to run in the street, call for help, and thank God there was this one person, this one guy who decided to kind of step in. Everybody else was just looking to see what's going to unfold. I'm a whole little girl, a teenager. It's just crazy what men do when they are rejected. I even had this conversation with my significant other when I was telling him, we were talking about like the Jordan Pauline and the streamer situation. And he was just like, nah, like, I don't think he'd do that. Like, he's a guy that could get girls and this, that, and the third. And I told him, listen, you'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised by men. Men do not take rejection lightly, and they are willing and liable to do many things that are inappropriate and illegal and immoral to have their way when it comes to a woman. It's just something in the testosterone. It's so disgusting. I will never be able to understand it because I'm not a man. And don't get me wrong, you guys. I know you guys are going to say the environment. Different devils, different levels. I may not deal with someone trying to physically attack me in other environments, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to deal with the same politics. They're just going to do their attacks in different ways. We're in corporate America, they attack you with emails using the pen. You're in the hood, they might physically attack you. You're in high-end spaces, they might attack you through stocks and bonds. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, if I know personally I didn't initiate a situation and I worked my hardest to refrain and get away from the situation, if I understand that about myself and I know that I did not contribute to the mess that's happening right now, I'm going to always stand 10 toes down because it's not fair to me. My free will being taken away from me, I'm not letting that happen in life anymore. And I don't care who feels a way about it. It's my free will to do whatever it is that I want to do, especially when what I'm doing has no effect. It does not affect you. How you feel personally towards me also has nothing to do with me. And I'm not going to bow down to people. I'm not going to humble myself to them. I don't care. If you think you got enough balls and pressure to come at me because you didn't get what you wanted out of me, and that's male or female, then come. Then come. Then come. Because the strength I walk with, unmatched. I walk with God. He is unmatched. So when you go up against me, you're going up against him. And that's a fact. And I think God is the reason. I believe that God is the reason why I've stayed so safe through all these attacks. If you guys could hear the stories of how I get attacked on a daily basis, I'm just minding my darn business. And I'm getting attacked left and right. And it traumatized me. But now I'm not even dealing with the trauma of it anymore. I'm letting God lead. I'm letting him fight for me. Because once God said it's not going, it's not going. That's it. Point blank, period. And my God know when I'm not in the wrong. So, yes, I do plan to place myself in healthier environments. But I'm done. I'm tired of isolating. I'm tired of letting people get what they want and then act like brats when they can't. No. This is my life. This is for me. I said no. Oh, you don't want to accept it? Too bad. And this is the exact reason why I'd rather just be a mean girl. Because mean people do not deal with stuff like this. Do you understand? This man went from being scared to even tell me who he was when he seen me in person for the first time after 15 years. But it wasn't until I gave him an answer, a response, proximity, kindness, understanding. It wasn't until then the disrespect started. Had I been on some ignore you, left you on red, or even if he came to me like, no, I don't remember you, sorry, no, and kept it pushing, this encounter would have never been. Leading with kindness and niceness gets you nowhere. Unless you're trying to catch bees. If you're trying to catch bees, you catch more bees with honey. But that's when you're going after stuff that you want. But when it comes to other people coming into your life to get what they want, be a bitch. Be mean. Even when you don't have to be mean, be mean. And when I say be mean, I don't mean curse people out and attack them. I mean be stern, unfazed, closed off. Set your boundaries from the jump. Have an attitude so bad that they scared to even ask you a second question. No. Why are you so mad? I'm not mad. I just said no. I don't have to give you an explanation. I said no. And then, boom, ignore. You're done. On my face. That's how you have to deal with people. It's always the people that you are kind and nice to who turn around and disrespect you. It has happened too many times. I'm never attacked and disrespected by people I have rejected from the jump. Once people see you smile, you crack a beat. This is the thing. Because people understand that their actions are not genuine and they understand how they're coming from a fucked up ass place. When you smile with them and you give them that kindness, they automatically think they got one. Stop giving them that. Stink face on the approach. Stop playing with me. No. What? No. Just like that. That attitude has been keeping me safe. Yes, it makes me a little unpleasant to interact with at first, because I'm probably gonna have an attitude until I kind of read the room or read you a little bit and get more comfortable. But it is what it is, because you know why? I'm keeping myself safe from now on. And people that respect your boundaries, they're going to respect that attitude from the jump. They are. And they're not even going to be fazed by it. I've met a lot of people that I would say wouldn't have an attitude, but they're very standoffish and stern. And I wasn't fazed by it, because that's how you're supposed to be. And some of those very same people, we're cool now, smiling and laughing with each other. They didn't start off that way, though. We had to fill each other out. I was never offended about them being standoffish, and they was never offended about me being standoffish. That's how it works. Earn your spot. The fact that this man tried to walk into my life over 10 years later thinking that he even has the jurisdiction to... Oh, the audacity. Oh, my gosh. It's insane. And in the story, did you guys not notice how he went from being scared to even say anything to me in my face to bucking up after I was decent with him? That's what I'm saying. He was scared to even say anything to me in the beginning because he felt like he couldn't. I made him feel like he could by even just answering his message and even just being kind to him. He showed his ass. But yeah, you guys, because trust me, you could have led with that. That very first day that you saw me at that bar after all them years, and I didn't recognize you, I didn't say shit to you, and I treated you like a stranger, you could have called me Hollywood that day in my face. You could have turned up that day in my face. You didn't have to be a sucker, sit down and it probably was eating at you that I didn't remember you and you sitting right in my face. and had to work up the freaking pride to come and even write me an essay on Instagram trying to get me to remember you. And look at all that work that you did just for you to turn around and get disrespectful with me, try to attack me. I gave you that, and I'm done giving people that. That's why I wanted to give you guys this story time, because sometimes I have to sit down and analyze my actions. What did I do? Where did I go wrong? So I can understand how not to do it again. And that's where I messed up. And that's not the only time I've messed up. I can correlate me being kind to a lot of people who turned around and treated me in the worst ways. People that infiltrated my life that I was nice to and turned around and fucked me over. I can go days. And that's one thing that I've learned to understand about myself, and I'm done with that. I already told y'all, my mom is the person that made me so nice. And sometimes I tell her, like, you can't do that in this dog and dog eat world. Maybe if we were living in the suburbs in a little small town, fine. But you can't raise us in New York City and not give us that cutthroat demeanor that we need, because this is what happens. People will always be walking around trying to take your power away from you. Because why is he really mad? Let's really ask ourselves that. He doesn't even know why he's really mad. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? I haven't been in your life long enough for you to even feel away. And I haven't even been in your life for over 10 to 15 years. What is it that I'm depriving you of? Or what is it that I'm taking away from you? How am I affecting your life in a negative way? How? I'm not even a part of it. Very insane shit. Very insane. So, y'all, do I plan to go back to work there? Yes. Yes. I have money to make. I'm going to work there until I decide I don't want to work there anymore. And like I told you, I already know what I'm going to do to make sure that he doesn't even step his foot back in there. And I'm not going to say it because I don't want anybody to know that I'm the one who made it happen. So, I got a lot of creeps. I don't know who watching this and who not. He might be watching this, but best believe I already have a correction for that issue. And I'm just happy I went through one more thing that is going to tighten me up. One more thing that gives me wisdom that I didn't have before. One more bad situation that's going to help me protect myself in the future. Period, point blank. That's it. All these are lessons. Lesson learned. Boom. Move on. Next one. Let's go. What we doing, HARASDOLLS? Next lesson. So I already know y'all gonna drop in the comments y'all point of view. Tell me where I went wrong. Tell me if he's bugging, because we know where he is. And tell me, what do you guys do in situations like this? Situations where people take your proximity and your boundaries and they completely throw it out the window. What is your next move and what is your next best step? Outside of that, HARASDOLLS, this is concluding our mini little podcast voiceover series. I will be back on camera for my B-Day, or probably before that for sure, but I'll definitely be back on camera, and I look forward to talking to you guys, my beauties. And the raffle, like I told you, there's only a few more slots left. It's closing on Christmas, and I will be announcing the winner the following day. For everyone who has won a gift in these recent weeks, your gifts will be going out after Christmas, you guys, okay? So you'll get it before the end of the year, before the new year begins. So just look out for my email confirmation and updates. And what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for today, you guys. I love you guys so much. Send you so much love and light. Happy holidays. Follow me on the gram. I'm going to put it on the screen. And if you're not going to do anything else, HARASDOLLS, make sure you do what? Make sure you pour into yourself. Pour into your motherfucking selves, because that's why they be really mad. That's why you mad. That's why you really mad. That's why you mad. That's why you really mad. Yeah. All in all, stay away from men who do not take rejection lightly. If you tell a man no, and that's not enough for him, that very first no, run for the hills. A man is not a toddler. Someone who is persistent and trying to persuade you, does not have good intentions for you. The first time you give your answer, they should accept it, whether it's the answer they wanted to hear or not. And if they're not willing to do that, stay away from that person. That person wants exactly what they want from you, whether you're offering it or not. They want it by any means necessary. Their best interest is ahead of yours. So when you say no and they do not accept no, you get up out of there. Do you hear me? Get up out of there. No one is a kid. No one is a toddler. When you say no, you said no once. You said no the first time. And that's it. That's it. And you know what I really can't wait for, Haras Dolls? I can't wait for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now, whatever God blesses us with, for us to look back and be like, damn, Sarah, remember when you were working at the club and people had you effed up? And we're going to be so far along in our journey that we're going to laugh at it. But we're going to be so happy that we had those moments to laugh about, ponder on, talk real ish about, and just the growth. You know what I mean? Just the growth. I just really can't wait for that moment. So, yes. Welcome to the runway.
Welcome to the runway. Do it for the fashion, Now it's your way. Now it's your day. Come on, walk the runway. Hey. Do it for the fashion, Now it's your way. Now it's your day.